Hey y'all, it's Gamer Granny coming at you, and this is Fortnite and New Year's Eve. I know, some people get to have all the fun, don't we? Oh no. This is not good. Told you. I ended up in second, though, which that's pretty good. Okay. So, here we go. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not use any information in this video to harass, dox, bully, or otherwise negatively give attention to anyone spoke about. That being said, yeah, I don't want anything negative coming back on me and my channel, and I'm sure you don't either. Okay, shout outs. First shout out is, of course, for my first subscriber ever and my mentor, Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm so glad I found you and that you were so warm and helpful. I mean, you really made a huge difference when I really needed something. And between this and my renewed religious stuff or relationships, I'm doing way better than when we first met, and I am truly grateful to you. That being said, my next shout out goes to It's Just Chat. Chat, I love that your schedule is never set. Sometimes you're on in the middle of the night, sometimes you're on first thing in the morning at like 5 in the morning. For an insomniac like me, you are a gift from God, sweetheart. And don't let anyone else tell you any different. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And if they do, let me know, because they'll have me to contend with. Okay. Number 3. This is a tie once again. This time it's a tie between Radiant Brit and Dottie Morgan. Dottie, I don't know why KJ, is wanting to place blame on you for things that you weren't even a part of. So, that being said, Britt has also come under fire from KJ. So, and I just wanted the two of you to know that there are still people out here, still creators out here that love you and that want nothing but the best for everyone. especially you. And so now I've said that. Okay. This is New Year's Eve. We're playing Fortnite. You may have seen it or you may have not. In the round before last, we got second. And I've actually won once. And now people are actually being assigned me as a bounty. And no, not the favorite house. Although that would be kind of cool to be. But anyway. I just am doing well and trying to keep things going the right way for now. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new year because, one, everybody wants out of this one so horribly bad. And two, we, we really can't be sure what the new year's going to bring either. I mean, let's be honest. I'm sure last year some of us were really thrilled about 2020, and look how that turned out. So I'm just saying, be careful, because you never know. We could always end up with a year that's worse than the one that we're in now. And as far as all this people going on and saying things like this has never happened before, talking about Corona, they are wrong. And I'll explain to you why. In 1917, we were in the midst of a world war. There was a French front, and then there was a front in the Middle East. Okay. So, in the Middle East, it was the Turks that were fighting. That means people from Turkey. And in France, it was France, Spain, the United States, and England. So, in 1917, they were killing cows close to the battlefront in southern France, very close to northern Spain. While doing this, they unknowingly, and they started calling it the Spanish flu, even though it wasn't really anything to do with Spain. It was just, that was how it was. And it was that way because they were killing the pigs by the battlefields. And so the soldiers were getting sick. Well, the war ended later that year. It ended 11/11/11. November 11th at 11 a.m. That being said, the Americans all came home. The ones that were still alive and able to come home. And the Spanish flu that they had started seeing during the war had brought itself to many, many, many parts of the world by that point. Now, this flu was in the same class with the one we're dealing with today. It was killing people. It was an epidemic. And it killed people. It killed 1/6 of the world's population at the time, I think, is what I read. And it started because of the pigs that were being butchered too close to the battlefield. And then it spread all over the world. So while it was spreading all over the world, the war kept going until 11/11/11. Everybody went home. And these soldiers would get home to America, to their houses, and they would take to sick. And when they got sick, within a day, 24 to 36 hours, they would be dead. And they had no idea what was going on. And then they started hearing the stories about the Spanish flu. And while they were hearing the stories about it, these young men were dying. And then their families were suffering and dying as well. So, and they buried a lot of these young men very quickly that came back from the battlefield and was sick. There was no, they had no way of beating the flu. They had no idea. You think it's bad today? Think about before polio and all that was cured. I mean, you got to realize this was... I mean, we, as Americans, we tried to stay out of that war, as a matter of fact. But it ended up being World War I because everybody ended up being in it, whether they wanted to or not. So, keep that in mind because we never know how long this is going to last or how many lives it's going to cost. It's already cost, I want to say, as many as World War One did with the Spanish flu. But I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure we're getting close if we haven't. So, that is the story of the 1917/18 flu that, like today's strain, killed over 1 million people. And that's a powerful little bit of history, but I felt I had to share it because, like I said, I have had people online trying to tell me that it didn't happen, that there's never been an epidemic like this. But yes, y'all, there has been an epidemic like this. So, until it's over, we're not gonna know for sure which one killed more people. But there are still people dying, and that's the thing that you need to keep in your mind. Because that means you can still catch it. And I'm not sure if the vaccine that they've got out is going to work or not. And I'm pretty sure that no one else knows either. Which is why it's a little scary that they're giving it to all the healthcare workers. And I pray to God that it does work and that there's nothing side effect wise that affects other people. Because it's just crazy to think that as many people have died from this flu, that many more could die from the vaccine. Or months after the vaccine for something that no one saw happening with the vaccine. That's why they usually have very long-term trials, and people usually don't get a vaccine no matter what is going on in the world with the disease. 6th. That's not too bad. So as far as the flu, really until it's over, we're just going to have to pray and watch and be careful. And I didn't mean for that to have such a downturn. Yeah, so I'll catch you in the next one. Laters.